This is Hosea 4 and 6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because they have rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. So I'm going to read this again. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And what knowledge is Jake lacking? Okay, the knowledge of the scriptures, the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, the knowledge that really counts. It's not talking about conventional education here in Babylon, a degree, okay, from college. It's talking about the understanding of the scriptures, all right, which Jake has no understanding of the Bible. Okay, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because thou hast rejected knowledge. And what is the knowledge that Jake has rejected? The wisdom in the scriptures, man. Okay, time and time again. Okay, we see it, every week when we go out to camp, man. Jake walks by, or if you do have some kind of interaction with Jake, the majority of the time, the vast majority of the time, Jake is bucking up against the knowledge, man. Jake is actively rejecting the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, it says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Okay, so since you rejected Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, now you in the state that you in today. Okay, completely through, destroyed. All right, you consumed with these spirits out here, man. All right, caught up in all these different philosophies which do not lead to life. They lead you to your death. Okay, it says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. See, and this is our purpose down here upon the earth. Our purpose is to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's the reason why the nation of Israel was created. Okay, but if you're not able to fulfill that purpose, what good are you? Okay, you just gonna be through out here, man. Disregarded. Okay, because we're not supposed to be slaves or servants down here upon the earth. That's not what Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai created us to be. Our true purpose is to be the priest of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's our natural order. Okay, that's where we're gonna find peace at. But if we're not in that capacity, okay, Jake's life is gonna be filled with misery. It's basically like you switching up parts in a car. Your car is gonna be destroyed, man. Okay, you try to change the transmission, and try to put it into a position to where it becomes the engine. It's not gonna work. Okay, and us being outside of, the parameters that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai established for us does not work. Okay, the only way we can, live down here properly, okay, peacefully, is to do the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, it says, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. Okay, and in Jake rejecting the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Jake has accepted the knowledge that's out here. These different philosophies that's out here. Okay, which there are countless of them. We had an interaction, with a Jake, last Saturday, which he came up on that, that Asiatic black man tip, which that's an old philosophy, but Jake is still caught up in that unto this day because they're rejecting the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, but if Jake really looked into that, they will understand that that's all madness. Okay, there's no people in the Bible, okay, that are named Asia. Okay, and furthermore, that name came from a certain individual. All right, which Jake does not understand that. Okay, this is a Psalms 49 and 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. And there that it's talking about here is talking about Esau, Edom. Okay. He's the one that went around the world and started naming these, different countries, what they have today. Okay, he named the continents. He named, these different land masses. All right, and they're all based upon, the Roman and Greek languages. Okay, it says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They called their lands after their own name. So the reason why this damn devil went around the world, okay, and named these different places and then has pushed it on the rest of the world is because he believes that he's going to rule forever. Okay, that's the reason why Africa's called Africa, and everybody refers to it as that because Esau Edom is the one that pushed that name out there. Okay. Now, this word Asia, okay, or this name Asia comes from a specific person, all right, which shows you the ignorance and you calling yourself Asiatic, or you calling yourself really anything outside of what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has named you, okay? Because again, just like we read in Hosea 4 and 6, the only, position that you're supposed to be playing down here is a priest of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, okay? That's the only way things are going to work out for you. Okay, because that's the role that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai created you for. Okay, if you're not playing that capacity, then you out of order. Okay, and you don't fit in the grand scheme that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has. Okay, just like if you move, these different animals from the ecosystem that they were originally created to be in, they become an invasive species. Things don't work out. All right, so you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans being out of order, things don't work out for you. All right. And this, thought of being a so-called Asiatic black man just, helps perpetuate that, man. Okay. So let's get into it, where this name comes from. It was an actual, general. All right. His name was Lucius Cornelius Scipio Asiaticus. All right. He was a Roman general. Okay, so we're gonna read some of this. It says Lucius Cornelius Scipio Asiaticus, properly Asa Guinness. Okay, 3rd century BC after 183 BC, so that's when he died. Was a general and statesman of the Roman Republic. He was the son of Publius Cornelius Scipio and the younger brother of Scipio Africanus, which that's where Africa gets its name from. Okay, because this damn devil, Africanus, he defeated Hannibal, during the Second Punic Wars. All right, which Hannibal was a Jake, by the way. The Carthaginian Empire was ruled by so-called Negroes. Okay, Esau will refer to them in history as Phoenician, but those were Israelites. Okay, because we had the same language system. All right, the same characters, and the Canaanites spoke Hebrew. All right, and that's recorded in the scriptures as well. Abraham was able to communicate with them. All right, so he conquered, the Carthaginian Empire, and eventually they named that whole landmass Africa. Okay, which is, another reason why you so-called Negroes, in particular, you're not supposed to be calling yourself African, okay, because you're saying you come from him, which this is the furthest thing from being a priest of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, the Most High ain't dealing with Africans. The Most High didn't, create Africans to be his priests. He created Israelites. All right, it says he was elected council in 190 BC, and later that year led with his brother the Roman victories to led with his brother the Roman forces to victory at the Battle of Magnesia. Okay, so this is a key point. All right, so we're going to go to this, the Battle of Magnesia. And it's telling you, where this battle took place. Okay, which at that time, this was the region of Asia. Okay, Asia didn't, consist of the whole continent that you see today. It was a very small portion of land. All right. Let's see, the Battle of Magnesia took place in either December 190 or January 189 BC. It was fought as part of the Roman Seleucid War, okay, which the Seleucid Empire is recorded in the book of Maccabees, okay? That's where Antiochus Epiphanes came from. He was of the line of Seleucus, which was one of the 4 generals of Alexander, okay, part of the Diadochi. It says pitting forces of the Roman Republic led by the consul Lucius Cornelius Scipio Asiaticus, okay, and the allied kingdom of Pergamon under Eumenes II against a Seleucid army of Antiochus III the Great, okay, one of the descendants of Seleucus. It says the two armies initially camped northeast of Magnesia and Sicilium in Asia Minor, modern-day Meneza, Turkey. Okay, so this is originally where Asia was, all right? Asia did not consist of this whole continent as Esau Edom has, as he shows today. Okay, we're going to get, a closer picture of it, which this would be the region right here, all right? Would be Asia, okay? And this devil, he defeated the Seleucid Empire, okay, in this region. All right, so when you go into the history, the Seleucid Empire, ended up conquering this place. They had control over this region. All right, they controlled, the land of Israel, Babylon. All right, and then, they had the wars going back and forth with the Ptolemaic Empire, fighting for control of Egypt. All right, you had many battles back and forth, between those two empires fighting for that land. Okay, but this is the region. All right, and even when you read in the scriptures about Asia, it's not talking about, the whole Asian continent as we know today, Japan, China, Eastern, Russia, So this was the area right here. Okay, so let's look this up in the scriptures. All right, this is Acts 19:26. It says, moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia, okay, this Paul hath persuaded and turned away much people, saying they be no gods which are made with hands. All right, and the people that he's turning away are Israelites. Okay, so the same thing you have going on today. These people are making money off of the ignorance of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They got you worshiping these gods, man. Okay, but let's look this word Asia up. So Asia, okay, it says Asia equals the Orient. Asia proper are proconsular Asia, embracing Mysia, Lydia, Phrygia, and Carcia, corresponding closely to Turkey today. Okay, so just like you see here, all right? So this was Asia, okay? And then there's another example that I have that shows it better here. Okay, so this is Asia. All right. Now, eventually, this whole landmass became known as Asia. All of Turkey, and then Esau extended it to the whole continent. Okay, but before that, it was not named Asia. These lands had different names. Okay. But the way these places were named, they were named after Esau. Edom came on the scene and conquered everything, man. Okay, and just let me prove that point as well. I got this here. So it says the history of the concept, and this is talking about continents. It says the term continent translates the Greek word, I'm not sure how to read that. It says meaning landmass, terra firma. Okay, the proper name of Epirus, and later especially used for Asia, Asia Minor, modern day Turkey. Okay, it says the first distinction between continents were made by ancient Greek mariners who gave the names Europe and Asia to the lands on either sides of the waterways of the Aegean Sea and the Dardanelles Strait and the Sea of Marmara, the Bosporus Strait, and the Black Sea. The names were first applied just to lands near the coast and only later extended to include the hinterlands, but the division was only carried through to the end of the navigable waterways, and beyond that point, the Hellenic geographers never succeeded in laying their finger on any inland feature in the physical landscape that could offer any convincing lines for partitioning an indivisible Eurasia. Okay, so you see where the concept of naming continents came from. It came from the Greeks, which the Greeks are Edomites. All right, so when Esau came on the scene, when he conquered the world, he started naming these different land masses, man. Okay, and it just so happens that he named this part of the world, Asia. Okay, so you calling yourself a Asiatic black man, you out of your mind. Okay, because first of all, that's not the name of this region. Okay, that's a name that Esau, Edom, came up with. Okay, he put that title on that land. All right, and really, Asia only goes back to this region right here. All right, if you really want to go deep into it. Okay, Asia never consisted of the whole continent. So you call yourself a so-called Asiatic black man. You saying you from modern day Turkey, okay, or Greece, okay, because this is part of the Greek Empire. We're not Greeks, man. Okay, we go back to our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We inhabited this land right here. Okay, we don't go back to these people. All right, we ain't from this region right here. Okay, now it is in close proximity, to the land of Israel, but we're not from this area. All right, but see, if Jake, had two brain cells, and they actually went into the scriptures, okay, which Jake is vehemently against, they would know that there's a group of people that's from the Middle East that would be in captivity. Okay, so if you know that you from this region, okay, are you from Asia Minor, or the ancient Asia, okay, which is mainly Turkey? Really, you could say it's the Middle East. All right, but mainly this region right here, but it's in the same vicinity. Okay, so there's going to be some people from the Middle East that's going to go into slavery. All right, which are the Israelites. Okay, so Jake, they would be able to put two and two together and come back to the Heavenly Father. But Jake is completely gone, man. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is not dealing with Jake. Okay, the last thing that Jake wants to do is acknowledge himself as being an Israelite, which is the reason why Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai going to destroy the majority of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, but that's where this name comes from. Okay, so this damn devil, Lucius Cornelius Scipio Asiaticus, he conquered this region right here. He defeated the Seleucid Empire, okay, or the Seleucid army. All right, and eventually this damn devil called the whole region Asia, okay, because at one point in time this damn devil conquered that region. All right, but Jake don't know what's going on, man. Okay, and you believing these things is gonna get you destroyed. This is Isaiah 1:3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. And the last thing that Jake is going to consider is that he's an Israelite. He'll be an Asiatic black man. He'll be a Latinx. Okay, he'll be a Moabite. You got Jakes today still calling themselves Moabites, man. They think they come from the line of Moab, completely out of their mind. Okay, the last thing that's going to come to their mind is that they're an Israelite. Okay, it says, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity. Okay, and we look this word laden up, it means to be weighed down. Okay, so the root of your problems goes back to you committing iniquity against Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's the reason why you in the position that you in right now. Okay, that's the reason why you in the state that you in. That's the reason why you catching nothing but hell out here, man, because you have sinned against your power. Okay, and the only way to alleviate that pain is to first and foremost, you got to acknowledge your trespasses. But you can't acknowledge your trespass if you don't acknowledge who you are. Okay, so Jake is just caught up in a vicious cycle, man. It says, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers. And Jake is wicked, man. Okay, Jake has no intentions. When he goes out on his day-to-day, Jake has no intentions on executing righteousness. All right. It says a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. And what have you been corrupting? The ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, by attaching yourselves to these different philosophies that are out here, calling yourself an Asiatic black man, calling yourself an African, okay, calling yourself a Latinx or a Latino or Hispanic, or a Mexican, and so on and so forth. Okay, because these names, okay, are not attached to the culture that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai gave to you. Okay, they're not associated with the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So it can only lead you down the path of more death and destruction. It says they have forsaken the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards, okay? Because at one point in time, we knew who we were. And we knew the proper way to conduct ourselves down here upon the earth. But Jake said, pretty much to hell with that. We're going to do what these other nations are doing, okay? Or we're going to associate with these heathen. We're going to attach ourselves unto them, okay? The ways of the Heavenly Father, that's that old stuff. That ain't hip no more. What's in right now is what these other nations got going on. It says, why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. And the more Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai jacks you Israelites up, the more you revolt. The more you go astray from the Heavenly Father. It says the whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores that have not been closed up, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. And Jake is just through, man. Okay, and Jake don't want to be bounded up. Jake don't want to be fixed. Okay, because how do you fix yourself? How do you begin to fix your problems? You have to return to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You got to return unto the entity that inflicted these wounds on you in the first place. Okay, because he is the only one that can heal you from the wounds that he gave you. Okay, none of these other nations can fix your problems, man, because your problem is supernatural. All right, it's not a physical problem that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have. Okay, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has inflicted spiritual wounds upon you in the forms of those curses, man. And the only way you can get those curses off of you is if Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai takes them off. Verse 7, it says, your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. And that's why them small hats is over there today, man. Okay, and you can go over there, but you have to abide by the rules of the small hat. Okay, you don't have autonomy over there. Your enemies are devouring it in your presence. Okay, it says strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate, as overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. Okay, and a cottage in a vineyard has no protection. Okay, you're supposed to build walls around your compound for protection, your house. Okay, and you'll see this if you go to, these different rich neighborhoods. All right, I'm talking about the upper echelon neighborhoods. Okay, these, elites, or these people that's real wealthy, they got walls around their houses, around their estate. You can't just walk on there, man. They got big, thick walls too. Okay, so the nation of Israel is currently as a cottage, which is a very small house in a vineyard. So anybody could come through and destroy you, and that's what's taking place. Okay, all these nations are devouring us, man, because we don't have protection. And where does that protection come from? It comes from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's the only place you're going to get your protection from. But since Jake has gone astray from that, Jake has attached himself to these other things that's out here. The Most High, he backed up, man. I ain't dealing with y'all no more. All right. It says, and the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers. And hey, man, you could squish cucumbers. You could just walk right through it. There's no, problem with you getting through a garden of cucumbers. Okay. So whatever house or whatever lodge you're trying to attack, it's open season. Okay. It says, as a besieged city, except the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai of hosts, had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been as Gomorrah, which this remnant is talking about the elect. Okay, because the majority of Jake is not going to get down with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. They're not going to come back to him. But the Most High is dealing with the elect, and the elect are going to reattach themselves to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And at the end of the day, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to deliver them. And through these individuals, the entire nation of Israel is going to come back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Since I want to go into that, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaRakadash, Bahashem HaRakadash, Bahashem HaRakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone. Shalom.